but luckily there's an attendant still right with her, right in front. Gate's about to be closed again. Veuve la Diva has the inside gate. Alongside her is Readout's Choice. Now, gate closed, all set. All clear, racing. Veuve la Diva began well. Readout's Choice missed it about a length. One of the first out, Daneforce showing pace on the outside. Mad Dancer and Transparent Lover's going very quickly. Transparent Lover goes to the lead. Aquatun goes to second from Mad Dancer. Veuve la Diva getting up on the inside, followed by Camargue, and then Fleet out wide of Daneforce from Waikiki Princess, Readout and Heather last of all. Transparent Lover going to the 600, led a length and a half to Aquatun. A length away then Veuve la Diva on the inside from Mad Dancer, 3/4 Camargue. Then Readout's Choice going through on the inside, but inclined to over-race a bit. Daneforce wide from Waikiki Princess. Then Heather and Fleet as last when they came to the turn. Transparent Lover flying, leads by a length and a half. Veuve la Diva chases her through on the inside from Aquatun. Camargue didn't handle the turn very well. Readout's Choice has got into the clear and is sprinting quickly. Transparent Lover the leader, but Readout's Choice coming at it. Veuve la Diva behind the leader. Readout's Choice and Transparent Lover. Readout's Choice and Transparent Lover who fights on, but Readout's Choice, the first starter, goes home the better, and Readout's Choice won it by a neck to Transparent Lover. To Camargue, I think, grabbed third from Fleet, who came from last. Then Veuve la Diva. Heather ran on out wide, followed by Aquatun, which weakened. Then Waikiki Princess, trailed by Daneforce and Mad Dancer last to finish. Readout's Choice did a few things wrong, but has still landed the bacon. Number 9, ridden by Jim Cassidy, trained by Rick O'Lacey.
Smoky River jump well out in the centre of the bank of the starting stalls. Majestic Lake near the inside, ahead of Grand Scenic, who's drifted back. Wider out on the track, Tukey's Gold is coming across with Goes Off and also Stage Appeal, with the new rider Paul Gatt easing in behind the leaders. And as they work to the 200, it's Tukey's Gold showing out about a length and a half in front. In second placing, Shattered Circle. Third next Tycoon. Smoky River fourth, and fifth the inside Majestic Lake. They were followed by Goes Off. Stage Appeal in the middle with Beau Saint. Court Wide Star Pro. Morris back near the Tower Grand Scenic. And Emerald Oso's last of all as they go out of the straight now and head towards the far side, where the leader, Tukey's Gold, shows the way by a length and a quarter. Second placing, Shattered Circle. Third next Tycoon. There's not a great deal of speed on. They go over the crossing, clear of out wide Star Pro, who's cut loose now when the pace slackened. Now Star Pro takes over from Tukey's Gold by a length and a quarter. Third, Shattered Circle getting a lovely run. Fourth on the outside, Goes Off, caught 3 deep as they negotiate the turn into the far side. Then further back to Smoky River, and they were followed then in behind Smoky River on the outside next Tycoon. Then Stage Appeal, Majestic Lake, Beau Saint, and further back Grand Scenic, Emerald Oso, and the chaser is last of all Morris along the far side of the course now, and another leader. We're going up on the outside. Shattered Circle has run to the front at the 1200 and shows the way by a length and a half. Two in second placing, Star Pro. Third, Tukey's Gold, and fourth Goes Off from next Tycoon back to fifth. Then Stage Appeal the outside. Majestic Lake pushing up in the centre. Grand Scenic is improving. There's another one there with those, but it's caught deep on the outside, and as they move onto the side of the course, next Tycoon goes up ahead of it. Further back to Beau Saint, then came over on the inside Emerald Oso, and last of all was Morris. The horse out wide there, about fifth last, was Smoky River. Down towards the 700, and Shattered Circle shows the way with his hefty weight, about a length and a quarter in front, coming a bit closer. Tukey's Gold, Stage Appeal around them, next Tycoon into the clear, and at the 600 they were followed by Star Pro still there. Smoky River's off around Goes Off as they turn for home, and then Emerald Oso, Beau Saint, Majestic Lake, and forget Morris. Into the straight of the 400, Shattered Circle by a length, Tukey's Gold, Star Pro the inside. Next Tycoon out wide is starting to run on with his lighter weight, and then Grand Scenic behind them. Shattered Circle now labouring under the weight. Next Tycoon's reached the lead. Down the outside, Grand Scenic's running on late, but will it be too late? Next Tycoon's got a handy break with 100 metres to go. Grand Scenic runs on as customary. Star Pro still there on the inside, but next Tycoon a half on the line to Star Pro. Grand Scenic, I think, would run on at the end of 10 miles. Fourth was Shattered Circle. Tukey's Gold next in Smoky River, and they were followed further back behind those then in the next brigade. Majestic Lake, Stage Appeal is there, and they were followed further back by Emerald Oso, and back towards the tail, Majestic Lake, as mentioned, Goes Off, and one of the last ones, in fact last of all, was Morris.
Next Tycoon, the winner over Star Pro and Grand Scenic on race 1, 4, 12 and 2. First event there, Victoria Park. Now moving into the Gold Coast for race number 1.
With the first 2 to begin, and Dancing Kind jumped away smartly. Zanetta out wide showing speed. Starry Way settles 5th. Light work between runners. 2 or 3 lengths to Magic Michelle, and our Carnival Girl immediately going back to the tail of the field. At the 1,300 metres mark, Dancing Kind pulled away up in the fence to lead from Zanetta, 3 out. Anchor in the centre. 2 lengths away is Starry Way around the outside of Harmonise. 2.5 lengths in the field. A Light Work given plenty of time to balance up. 2 lengths to our Carnival Girl, and Magic Michelle on the outside whipped them in. 1,000 metres to go, and Dancing Kind over racing. Led 3/4 of a length on Zanetta. 2 lengths away Anchor. It's on the outside of Harmonise. 2 lengths to Starry Way in the clear, easing off the fence. And going up on her inside is the second favourite, Light Work. 2 lengths to our Carnival Girl, and Magic Michelle whipped them in. They're down the side, 750 out. And Dancing Kind rated well in front by Dipman. Led just over a long neck on Zanetta. 2 lengths to Harmonise in a good spot. Outside of it is Anchor. 2 lengths Starry Way about to go forward now. York 3 deep and start his run. Light Work on the fence, needing it out. 2 lengths to our Carnival Girl, and Magic Michelle on the bend. 400 metres to go, and Dancing Kind in front of Zanetta. Anchor 3 out. 4 wide Starry Way. Light Work away from the fence, running on. Back to the rail, Harmonise, our Carnival Girl, and Magic Michelle. Anchor has hit the lead at the 300 metres mark. Starry Way's after it. Light Work coming through in the centre with a big run. On the outside, Starry Way's after Anchor. Light Work getting this inside run. Light Work moved up the Starry Way. They'll fight it out from Anchor. Light Work the inside. Starry Way the outside. Light Work just in front and fell in. Light Work's just won from Starry Way, and a perfect ride got it home. 2 lengths away. Third was kicking on pretty well Anchor from Harmonise, Dancing Kind, Zanetta, our Carnival Girl, and Magic Michelle last home. Perfect ride by Corey Brown when York came 4 deep on Starry Way at the 600 metres mark. It was a crucial part of the race because Brown was able to come away from the fence, and he has gone inside of the first 2 coming around the bend, and Light Work has finished too well. $5.10 and $1.90. Starry Way, well, she just can't break through. 16 starts now. She's had 1 win, the lone win, and she's had 6 seconds.
Go race 2. Star of Rancho the inside. Just took a little dive at the gates, settled. Off they go. Star of Rancho began well from Tinicador, out quickly to Angel Love. Kithra jumped okay, is steadying in the early part. Raja Bell is going up, followed by Wexford. Dance on Door settling well back as Accolades, followed by Carter's Voice. Musical Chimes is next to last, and Sweet Lady Bird on the outside of her. Star of Rancho leads. Raja Bell up on top of the hill near the 1,200 metres. Angel Love 2 lengths away in 3rd placing, followed by Dance on Door. Kithra, something happened to her. Might have clipped heels, but she knuckled very badly and nearly threw the rider off. Tinicador is settling down in 5th placing on the rails when they go past 1,000. Wexford outside her. Then 2 lengths to Kithra, who's on the inside from Accolades. About a half length away, Sweet Lady Bird out wide, and then Musical Chimes and Carter's Voice. At the 800, Star of Rancho more than 2 lengths. Raja Bell, 3/4 Dance on Door, 1.5 Angel Love and a half to Wexford. They're followed by Sweet Lady Bird starting a run. She's been wide most of the way from Accolades. Tinicador got into a little trouble there. Followed by Musical Chimes, Kithra and Carter's Voice. Star of Rancho inside the 6, a narrow leader, but the runs are coming thick and fast. Dance on Doors whipped up wide to have a crack at the leader, and Raja Bell in the centre. Sweet Lady Bird now coming 4 wide. Angel Love under pressure, and then Musical Chimes when they corner. Into the straight now. Raja Bell took the lead in the centre, tackled by Dance on Door. Sweet Lady Bird in 3rd as they came down passing the 200 metre mark now, and down the outside is Musical Chimes. It's Dance on Door, Raja Bell now. Raja Bell kicking on the inside, and Dance on Door. Raja Bell and Dance on Door from Sweet Lady Bird. They hit it. Dance on Door in the centre. I think she's just won it from Sweet Lady Bird and Raja Bell. Close up then is Musical Chimes on the outside. They were followed then by Angel Love, Tinicador. Real blanket finish here. Next to finish was Wexford, followed by Carter's Voice, Star of Rancho, Accolades towards the end, and Kithra dropped out to last after that mid-race mishap. Stand by for numbers. 3-way photo, judge calling for the camera. Dance on Door in the centre.
Monroeville slowest by far, beaten for early speed Mojave, and as they go to the 1,200, showing good speed, Corn Ferry leads. Smites' Rivalry right up there in the thick of things, and going after those now is Rosa's Wish from Vacancy. A couple away behind those then, Rancho Pearl pushing up ahead of Evans out wider, and over on the inside Pretty Courageous. They were followed by Billy Light, Rubajou out wider, further back in the field of Berda. Second last as they move onto the side Mojave, and a length and a half away Monroeville after the slow start. They're 800 out. And here, the leader on the inside is Corn Ferry, by about a half length to the stablemate Rose's Wish. A length off third was Smites' Rivalry. Vacancies travelled well fourth. 2 lengths off then to Rancho Pearl. Evans pretty courageous. Further back in the field, Monroeville getting a bit of a gap between horses to make some ground, but would need to. It's about 7 off the lead as they turn and very wide. Billy Light the inside. Rubiju pretty courageous are back there with Evans, Mojave, and last of all is Birder. Vacancies out after the leading pair, where it's on the outside. Rose's Wish going to the front now from on the outside. Vacancy back on the inside. Corn Ferry. Monroeville is flying down the outside and the race is all but over. Rose's Wish in front, getting close to home. Vacancy. Look at Monroeville scamper home down the outside, but Rose's Wish wins it. Vacancy second. Monroeville third from Smites' Rivalry. Then over on the outside we had Rancho Pearl. Back to the inside, Corn Ferry. They were followed further back by Evans and others, including Billy Light. Also back there too was Rubiju, pretty courageous, and Birder and Mojave in that last division.
Yeah, Rose's Wish beating Vacancy Monroeville. It was the one that was flying home, but unfortunately for Monroeville fans, a little too late. All right, now Victoria Park, race 2. They hit the line.
100 metres. OK, Tappy, they're all set. Starter is on his platform and they're about to jump. Intelligent, beautifully behaved. Gates are back and they're racing. Out wide on the track, jumping away very quickly is Belladane, heading up towards the lead early. Subsidy and Intelligent on the fence, jump smartly. And Newman's going to take Intelligent up on the rail to lead from Belladane. Moving up is Blessed Bee. Subsidy a half length away, 2 lengths to Countess Christie. Dyer's going to give the Masqué filly time to find her feet, and 2 or 3 lengths to City Recruit. At the 900 metres mark and on the rail, Intelligent led the way. Second on the outside, Belladane. 3 wide Subsidy and getting right up on the fence, Countess Christie. They were followed by Blessed Bee in the centre, and 2 lengths away, last of all, City Recruit. Before the bend, 650 out. Intelligent going along easily, led by a long neck on Belladane. A length away, Subsidy 3 deep. Dyer waits a run on Countess Christie. Blessed Bee the outside, and 2 lengths away, City Recruit. Coming towards the bend, Intelligent under a grip, led the way from Belladane. Subsidy coming at them 3 wide. 2 lengths to Blessed Bee. No run, Countess Christie as they wheel the bend. Intelligent in front. Belladane's giving plenty the outside. Countess Christie's about to shoulder out, and here she comes now. And further back, Subsidy. Blessed Bee to the outside. Intelligent in front, not for long. Countess Christie's ranged up alongside of her. City Recruit finishing hard the fence. Countess Christie went to the front from City Recruit and Intelligent. Countess Christie in front. Hard hands and hills from Dye. And Countess Christie wins from City Recruit. Third, Intelligent. They were followed further back in the field by Belladane. Blessed Bee couldn't go on in the stretch, and last of all would have been Subsidy. Nice, comfortable ride there by Shane Dye. Sitting behind them, having the...
Set now for the AAMI Classic. 1800 metres. Second leg of the 3-year-old Triple Crown. Off they go. Beautiful start. Delirious, one of the first out from Mossman. Cassidy eases immediately on Dignity Dancer to settle at the back of the field early. Mossman, Royal Voyage go to the lead together from Delirious. Then Dansk and Dignity Dancer staying out wide, last of the 5. Passing the 1400, Royal Voyage went to the lead. Mossman is second. Dignity Dancer moving up steadily on the outside of them. Then Dansk and 2 lengths Delirious. Royal Voyage the leader out towards the 1200 on top of the hill. Dignity Dancer moved up a length and a half away. Mossman trails him 2 lengths back. Dansk on the rail, and Delirious is last of all. Mossman over racing, getting his head up. Dignity Dancer settled well, and Royal Voyage takes the field down towards the 1,000 metre mark. Leads by a length. Dignity Dancer is second. Dansk the inside is third. Mossman a neck away is now following the favourite, and Delirious back last when they go to the 1,000 on the railway side, and Royal Voyage just the leader. Dignity Dancer is ahead away, a length and a half to Dansk on the inside of Mossman, and Delirious goes up on the outside of those two now, so Mossman has pocketed down the side where Royal Voyage the leader. Dignity Dancer's only ahead away as they go to the 600. Delirious is out 3 wide. Dansk back on the inside, and Mossman 500 left to go now. The pressure starting to wind up. Dignity Dancer nearly level. Royal Voyage on the rail. Delirious third. Dansk held up. Mossman last of the 5. 3 lengths covered them, and the champion 3-year-olds travelling sweetly. Dignity Dancer, the pupper lets him have a little leather now, and around the turn Dignity Dancer puts it to Royal Voyage. Then Dansk getting into the clear. Mossman out wide. They reached the 200 metres, and Dignity Dancer drew a length and a half in front. Dansk is sticking to him pretty well with Mossman on the outside. Dignity Dancer's under the whip. Dansk is having a rally through on the inside, but Dignity Dancer puts his stamp on the race and wins it 3/4 to Dansk second. Mossman close up third from Delirious and Royal Voyage. The star 3-year-old Dignity Dancer, 2/3 of the way there. The second leg of the 3-year-old Triple Crown, without a great deal of incidents today. He's been way too good. Just a tick outside.
Fairy Tales not having any early luck. 3 deep around the first turn, getting in a bit closer now outside of Visual Reality. Back behind the Venetian Habit, and they were followed by Eden Key. And last of all at the 800-metre mark now is Reluctance, who's caught the field. Down the side they race and going towards the 650-metre mark, and the well-supported Ashani on top, 1.5 lengths. Second, She's Off second. Third, Spring Melody, Love to Hula. Fourth, Kayakatu, and then Fairy Tales with some chasing ahead of it. They were followed further back by Visual Reality, Venetian Habit, Reluctance and Eden Key. Into the straight and Ashani, led by 1.5 lengths to 2. Second placing for the moment, She's Off, followed further back behind those then by Spring Melody. Wider out, Love to Hula. Fairy Tales couldn't win from there. She's Off's after Ashani at the 200-metre mark. Love to Hula is starting to power home down the middle. Coming with it, Spring Melody. Love to Hula's the one. It's flying down the outside. Love to Hula races up, grabs the other one, Ashani, on the line, and brings the plunge undone, I fancy. Third, possibly She's Off with Spring Melody. Then came Fairy Tales, and they were followed further back behind those then by She's Off and Kayakatu. Further back behind them, Visual Reality with Reluctance and Eden Key. The Venetian Habit in that division as well. Stand by for judges' placings on the Domax handicap. And Ashani...
Benders out 3 deep on the track, not far away, Mr. Innocent. Arena showing speed. A length away, Dracula, and snag back to the tail of the field is Lawyer. Linking up with the course proper, 1,100 metres to go, and Kenworth went up on the inside of Shinkan C to lead a neck. 2 or 3 lengths away on the outside spin, being passed by Mr. Innocent. 2 lengths away, Arena. 2 lengths, Dracula, and Lawyer on the fence whipped them in. 6 lengths first to last at the 850 metres mark, and Kenworth idling along in front. Led by a long neck on Shinkan C. Spinders third, Mr. Innocent's box seating. A length away, Dracula, and York starting to go around them. 3 wide, Arena the centre, and Lawyer is back up on the fence as they race past the 600. Kenworth in front, had the race run to suit. Led a half, Shinkan C. 2 lengths, Mr. Innocent being niggled at. On the outside spin, then came Arena starting to improve. Dracula 3 wide, going nowhere at the moment, and Lawyer back to the fence as they turn, and Kenworth straightens for home in front. He got away to lead over a length on Shinkan C, again coming after him. 2 lengths to spin. Dracula letting down the outside with a good run. Then Mr. Innocent, no run, Arena from Lawyer. Kenworth in front. Shinkan C's grabbed him. Here's Arena bursting through, and his stablemate Dracula. They're after Shinkan C. It's Dracula coming after him with Arena. Arena lunging in the shadows of the post and got up, I think, the winner Whisker. Maybe Arena on the line just from Shinkan C, and out wide Dracula and Lawyer, a great run. They were followed by Mr. Innocent, Spend, and Kenworth, the early leader last. I think the Derby winner's got there in a nick of time, Arena. He's got the head down right on the line after Shinkan C had raced to the
1,800 metres. Tabaran was at Thackeray, took a dive at the gates. On Air's broken through the front, but she's very quickly under control. There's no problem there. John Marshall turns to the barriers, and the Carlyon Cup is set for take 2. Ready and racing now, and On Air got away well towards the inside. Zuccarino immediately heading towards the front, and so is Royal Blue on the outside, and then Steel Phoenix as they settle down. Thackeray going up to be about 6th, caught a little wide as they settle with Sir Linford dropping out to be last of all. Summerbow next to last there with Tabaran. Going by the 1,400, and Zuccarino led by a length to Royal Blue. On Air tucked away nicely third on the inside of Steel Phoenix. Thackeray caught out wide. Gauci trying to ease back and find somewhere to sit in. Make a scene on the inside of Vesti, just inside him, and then one to Tabaran. Prime address wide. 3/4 to Summerbow, and 2 lengths last is Sir Linford heading towards the 1,000-metre mark, and Zuccarino a half in front. Royal Blue is second. More than 2 lengths On Air, Steel Phoenix together. A length and a half to Thackeray, who's caught out still. Vesti in the middle is next, and they're followed by Make a Scene, Prime Address. Tabaran is a good way back, followed by Summerbow, and going past the 1,000, Sir Linford is last of all. Coming up the railway side of the course now, Zuccarino led by a neck to Royal Blue. 2 lengths to Steel Phoenix. Grazer 1, 2, 3. On Air's ahead away fourth on the inside from Thackeray. Prime Address deeper. A length further back in the field, Vesti, and then Tabaran. Make a Scene losing ground on the inside from Summerbow. Sir Linford quickening up now. 600 left in it, and the leader Zuccarino about ahead ahead to Royal Blues. 2 Steel Phoenix on air. On the outside of those is Thackeray responding to hard riding from Vesti, and then Tabaran and Summerbow held up. Zuccarino slipped away around the turn, and the grey straightened up more than 2 Royal Blue. Thackeray running on. Tabaran the widest coming down there with Vesti. Zuccarino at the 200, more than 2 in front of Royal Blue. Thackeray is sticking to his guns gamely, but Zuccarino with a big lead. He's over 2. Thackeray is trying hard and lifting. Zuccarino folding up. Thackeray's grabbed him a big win. Thackeray from Zuccarino. Royal Blue third, and they're followed by Tabaran, Make a Scene and Vesti together. Back behind those to finish in the race was Summerbow, who had little luck in the run home, and then Sir Linford on air weakened. So did Steel Phoenix, and Prime Address a bad last. That was a big win. Zuccarino kicked away. He looked home halfway up the straight, but Thackeray, despite having raced 3 deep for the entire trip, has mown him down, racking up a double for Darren Gouchy, continuing the good run for John Hawkes today. Arena and Light Work winning in Sydney. Thackeray taking out the Group 2 Carlyon Cup. A double for Darren. He won this race in 91-2 on Prince Salieri. And he's now had 11 winners at the past 7 metropolitan meetings. He hasn't missed for 7 meetings straight. He is on a roll. Number 6, Thackeray, by the Melbourne Cup winner at Tirac from Mythos first. Number 2, Zuccarino, ridden by Jason Patton second. And 7, Royal Blue, ridden by Jim Cassidy, holding third. 6-2-7. Fourth was Tabaran, and fifth was Vesti. Wait through at Eagle Farm on the previous race. Wait right at Eagle Farm. Oh, that was an impressive victory. The query was the trip. The query was getting the horse to settle, and probably neither of those things went according to plan, being trapped out wide, but he didn't pull, and he was still able to finish the race off strongly. Tough, grinding victory to a horse who just keeps on improving. He's now won 4 in a row.
Yes, Thackeray 4 in a row today, and once again a very good ride by the one and only Darren Gouchy. 6, 2 and 7 there, and the Carlyon Cup going to that horse Thackeray. Now at Newcastle, they're behind the gates and moving in well. 4th event on the program. Let's join Terry now.
And things look pretty shipshape. Just waiting on the light. Still hasn't been switched on. There it is. They're ready. And they're off at last. And away they go with Currency Treese and Quinoa easing back out of the early battle, where Marjana Star is an early leader with Wingfoot, and rather going up there inside of Wingfoot now Rebuilder and also Rock City, and with them 2 Tartan Army. Romanticize settles about 6th with Lucy's Love on the inside, and wider out Just Dynamite. Then Swift Zapper outside of Quinoa from Currency Treese, and 2 lengths away last of all, ridden very quietly at the tail of the field is Lindbergh. On the other side, they're racing on the outer track on this occasion, and the leader Marjana Star by a length. 2nd Tartan Army has the drop on it early. They were followed in 3rd position by Rock City at the 1,000 inside. Ahead away on the outside now is Wingfoot, and then 2 lengths to Lucy's Love, followed further out on the track by Rebuilder. They're starting to string out. 2.5 off, then came Romanticize on the inside of Just Dynamite. A length and a half further back in the field to Quinoa, Swift Zapper, Lindbergh around Currency Trees at the tail. 700 out, and about to make the run to the home turn, where the leader still is Marjana Star, shows the way by about a length and a half to in 2nd placing Tartan Army, away from behind it now to make a challenge. Rock City holds 3rd at the moment, followed then by Wingfoot, putting in a bit of a run. Wider out Just Dynamite. Lucy's Love was still there, and they were followed back on the inside by Romanticize, but Rock City cruised up to Marjana Star. Tartan Army's under the whip. Down the outside, Wingfoot, and now Lindbergh from the rear is coming with a late run. Rock City hit the front. Lindbergh is the danger out wide. Marjana Star, Romanticize into the clear. Rock City the leader. Lindbergh down the outside with Romanticize trying to get to Rock City. Down the outside, Lindbergh hands and heels with Romanticize. Lindbergh just in front, and Lindbergh, I think, from Romanticize, Rock City. Wingfoot just behind them, Marjana Star, Tartan Army. They were followed further back behind them by Swift Zapper, and they were followed in that division by Rebuilder back there with them too, waiting for them to come back into my view from the tower. We've got Lucy's Love. Also there too was Quinoa, Just Dynamite, Currency Trees. Rebuilder beat a few in, but he's down quickly over the line.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Lindbergh there, getting home at $6 and $1.90 in New South Wales, $6.10 and $5.85 in Queensland. Number.
He dislodged his rider going to the start, that being Andrew Payne. No damage done. Captain Regent was really sweating up before the start. He's been racing in good form. Further still in, and the starter now at his platform. And they're all set to jump. Track in terrific order here today. They're running good times. Normal practice, all the rage. $1.90 and $1.30. Set. 1400, ready to run. Movement towards the outside. Conair ducks the head. They're off this time. Further still out wide at Air Affair away very quickly. Little Paddy and Captain Regent and King Win all began smartly. Moretti with the red caps not too far away from Serenata Recalcitrance. They were followed by Gallant Lad. Hook shot on the fence. Normal practice getting well back. 2 lengths away to Rich Sound, and last of all on settling down is Conair. Air Affair 1,000 metres out goes to the front. Led 2 lengths Captain Regent, King Win, Little Paddy the fence. Serenata between runners, a length away Gallant Lad. Further still wide, they were followed by Recalcitrance, Moretti, then Hook shot on the fence. 2 lengths to normal practice, well off the speed. Rich Sound is inside and a length away. Last of all as they come down the side, Conair at the 650 metres mark, and the leader on the inside doing it pretty well as Air Affair by a half. Captain Regent's rushed up, 3 wide, King Win, Little Paddy fourth. Further still wide, Serenata the centre, Gallant Lad between runners, Hook shot the fence. Then Moretti, normal practice, 6 deep, coming around them at a terrific race. 2 lengths Recalcitrance, well back with Conair and Rich Sound on the bend. Air Affair in front of Captain Regent, King Win further still, and normal practice is really unwinding a terrific run on the outside. He's claimed them in a flash. Little Paddy further into the fence, running on from Serenata. Beasley said going at the 150. Normal practice rocketed away. 2 lengths in front. Little Paddy the fence running home hard. Normal practice in front, holding Little Paddy near home. Normal practice wins a length to Little Paddy and Captain Regent. They were followed by Hook Shot. Then came Gallant Lad, Serenata, Moretti. Further back in the field, a good run was Conair making up ground from Rich Sound. Air Affair well back with further still Recalcitrance, and last of all was King Win. Never really any cause for concern with normal.
Tauke will take the outside of 18 for the 115th Oakleigh plate. They're all in. They're ready to go. Starter eyes off the field, all clear. Racing. Theatre seemed to dip at the start. Out quickly Paint. My Millennium must have missed it. She's back last. And out quickly Zedovit, shown no emotion with Cradle Snatcher burning through on the inside. Cradle Snatcher leads. Magic Music wrestles up on the inside to hold the rail. Painter's third. Dandelar gets up to fourth early from Zedovit, and then came Theatre over on the inside. Wider out Scandinavia, show no emotion, followed by El Mansour. My Millennium getting up on the inside of City Hall. 2 further back, Natois, followed by Point Tauke. They're being trailed then by Blue Storm. Well back approaching the turn from Flavor El Marada and Declare. And at the turn at the 400, Magic Music had got through on the inside and leads Cradle Snatcher. Paint wider out. Then Zedovit, Dandelar trying to get into the clear. Theatre over on the inside behind the leader. Magic Music kicked by 2 at the 200. Paint's coming after it, followed by Cradle Snatcher, and now Dandelar coming home well with a Point weaving through. Magic Music, Paint, and on the outside Dandelar, Paint, Magic Music, Dandelar, Paint hit the front. Dandelar lunged. Oh, couldn't pick it between Dandelar and Paint. There's nothing in it. Photo for third. A Point ran on hard, and Magic Music held on grimly. Just behind those to finish in the race, El Mansour, Tauke, Declare, Scandinavia and Theatre. They were followed by Cradle Snatcher. Then behind these to finish was Flavour, followed by Zedovit, Show No Emotion. Next to finish, Natois, My Millennium, City Hall, El Marada and Blue Storm. It's a photo. It's between Paint and Dandelar. There's very little on the line. The Greys have fought out the Oakleigh plate, and it's only the judge that will be able to separate them. Paint grabbed by Dandelar in the last few strides. Has she arrived in time? It's nearly a dead heat. 4's got it. Number 4, Dandelar, has got it on the outside. Ridden by Jim Cassidy. She has arrived by nose. Number 4, Dandelar first. Number 11, Paint second, Grant Cooksley. And 14, Magic Music, Stephen Baster has held third. 4, 11 and 14. 4, 11 and 14 official in the Oakleigh plate. Fourth was a Point. Fifth was Tauke. Sixth was El Mansour. 1-2.8 the time. Well, that's a nose and a nose only. The Greys 1-2. Dandelar continuing her wonderful run. lost the railway on protest over in New Zealand, came back to Adelaide to score a stunning win over My Millennium in record time in the Swettenham stud, back to Group 1 level, and she scored a last stride victory to give Jim Cassidy the big double, trained by Paul Perry, a 4-year-old grey mare by Volksrad from Frosting, and adding to her record where she'd been placed so many times in big races, the Railway, the Scalacci, the Rupert Steele, the Surround, going back to when she was a filly. And this clearly is her biggest victory, of course.
He's back with Miss Maluka and Zoffanobia, and Heart of Grace is back there with them. Great battle for the early lead. Brave Deed is prominent, so is Another Ripple. And also joining him with those Can Mars has got across very quickly from the wideish alley. Brave Deed eases back behind those, followed by Scarred, and then Caring Kind on the inside of Ruby's Kate, and they were followed further back by Barossa Class, who's in between horses. Savannah on the inside, and there is another one on the outside. That is just obscured for the moment. Further back behind those then came Queen of Mars, and they were followed by Tiny Alpha, and back in behind it South Bright here at the 800 on the side from Brinkman's Rhythm, and back there with those two is Demerta, followed by Heart of Grace. Zoffanobia's last outside of Miss Maluka. Down to the 600 now, and Another Ripple is the leader, joined by Can Mars, and Scarred has cut loose 3 wide. Back in behind them Brave Deed. Caring Kind's enjoyed a lovely run and has been well tried. Queen of Mars joins in with it, then Savannah, followed by Demerta going up along the rail. Wider out Ruby's Kate around South Bright here. Barossa Class to the outside is under the whip and struggling just for the moment, where Can Mars hit the front, grabbed by Queen of Mars. Now South Bright here, and then Caring Kind getting through. Queen of Mars the leader with 50 metres to go, starting to draw clear of Caring Kind, and Queen of Mars is going to go home and score by a length and a half. Caring Kind with South Bright at the outside. They fight out the minor issue from Can Mars. Tiny Alpha, I think, ran up just behind those as they go behind the tower, and waiting for them to come back into view. Barossa Class down the outside, just really disappointing on face value. Demerta, Miss Maluka were there with Scarred, and then came Brinkman's Rhythm. Further back Savannah, then Brave Deed easing up, followed further back in the field behind them by Talpiro, which was that horse that was obscured early out wide. Further back Zoffanobia, Heart of Grace, Another Ripple, and they were followed near the tail, pulling up quickly Ruby's Kate.
All right, yes, big field, wasn't there? In fact,
Dodge has moved up and the line is complete. The lights are flashing and they stand perfectly still. Mr. Victory moving about, racing in the Apollo, and Mr. Victory, Quick Flick and General Nadim all came out of the gates very quickly, and Kidman's Cove has ridden aggressively, but Quick Flick's going to lead from General Nadim and Kidman's Cove. A length away, Dodge the outside from Mr. Victory. Anthem's getting back, and Tie the Knot as you would expect last. 1100 metres to go, and the Ghostly Grey, winner of the Apollo last year, Quick Flick in charge, a length on the General. 2 lengths away is Kidman's Cove, 2.5 to Dodge on the outside of Mr. Victory. 2 lengths to Anthems and 2 lengths to Tie the Knot, 7 lengths away from the leader, Quick Flick. He's running along the Flickster at the 800 metres mark, led narrowly. General Nadim has moved up and he's putting the acid test to him. He's hit the front now, the General. 2 lengths away, Kidman's Cove getting this great run, and they're going very hard. They're 10 lengths in front of Dodge, Mr. Victory. Then came Tie the Knot going forward, but 15 off the lead, and Anthem's last of all. Burners making Quick Flick work on the General. General Nadim just in front of the Quick Flick. Coming to the outside, Kidman's Cove, and they're in one race. The others are in another, headed by Dodge and Tie the Knot in the stretch. And here's Kidman's Cove on the outside. Beasley let him go, and Kidman's Cove exploded to the front at the 200 metres mark. General Nadim can't match him from Quick Flick a mile away. Tie the Knot, but Kidman's Cove in front, racing in the best form of his career. And with 100 metres to go, he's got the Apollo Stakes shot to bits. Kidman's Cove goes home and wins by 3 lengths. General Nadim second, and Tie the Knot a rattling third, a great run. Quick Flick next from Anthems, not far away Dodge, and Mr. Victory last home. What's the time? They're just outside of the record. They've smashed Naturalism's class record. I don't know whether the phones have broken down, but it's pretty obvious she's not going to be lining up in the race. $48 chance on Super Tab. And not good for these fillies to be standing for as long as they do. There's a siren. We'll get the official call now. It's just after 4, so just stand by. Hello? Yes. Yes, scratching time? Right, but she's out. Okay. Now, Natural Bell is a late withdrawal.
Just waiting for the official scratching time, but number 10, Natural Bell, a late withdrawal. Bookmakers, please rule a line. We'll have a betting announcement to follow the running of the race. Starter heading over to the platform. 4:03, thank you. 4:03 is the official scratching time. 4:03 the scratching time for Natural Bell on vet's advice. And now the all clear is given. And they're off and racing. St Clements Bell slow. Haywire missed it 3 or 4. Danelar settles towards the end. Pace Invader first out ahead of Fellowship Rosa War. Sunline's jumped well. She's moving up about 4 wide as they go through the first 300 metres. Pace Invader the leader. Sunline's moved up fast and sits on her outside and will stay there happily on the outside of the leader. Fellowship fighting the rider third outside. Rosa War with nice cover on the rails. Aphrodite going forward and then St Clements Bell. 2 lengths to Citronella outside. Visual Displays. 1.5 lengths to Danelar and Haywire last after a slow start. Past the 1,000 metres, Pace Invader a length in front. Cassidy happy to sit here on Sunline a length away. 1 away Rosa War, the inside of Aphrodite. 1.5 St Clements Bell, a neck further back Fellowship. 2 lengths Danelar. Hits taken off around the outside now and they're followed by Visual Displays, Citronella and Haywire goes forward as well. Down the side of the course now, 700 metres to go and Pace Invader trying to slow the tempo but Sunline moves up and Aphrodite's off too. Aphrodite 3 deep at the 600, raced into the lead over Sunline the middle and Pace Invader the rail. 3 lengths back Rosa War and Danelar when they came to the turn and then Haywire at the bend now. Sunlight in the middle, Aphrodite the outside, Pace Invader over on the fence corner in front of Rosa War. Larry Cassidy asking now for this champion filly to do something. She's quickened and on the inside Aphrodite and Sunline. Sunline drew 3/4. Here's the fresh one. Rosa War is after Sunline. It's her moment. Sunline, Rosa War comes at her. Rosa War levels, takes the lead and Rosa War wins at a 1/2 length to Sunline. 3 lengths to Visual Displays running on to grab third. Just grabbed it there from St Clements Bell, Danelar, Citronella over on the outside and Aphrodite the rail. Clear of Pace Invader, then Haywire and back last of all Fellowship. Damien Oliver.
Blue Witness the inside on a line of 3 1/2 lengths. Kipling and a half. The inside was Murph. This race on the outer track and they're on the first turn onto the side and the new leader. Aviator's worked across to be the leader by about 1 length to High Royale Camp second. Arakazar the mare is third. 4th placing then to Into Jazz. Centani is deep around Imperial Cross and then came Power of Angels restrained. Next was Aragon Prince on the inside of Pro Now, 1 length then to Ripper Mate. Kipling was next outside of Blue Witness at 1 length away to Murph. On the side heading towards the home turn for the long run in on the outer track by the 800 and Aviate is the leader by 1 length to High Royale Camp second. Arakazar is third with Into Jazz in close attendance. Then Centani moving up wide, further back behind those Power of Angels into the clear. Then further back to Aragon Prince getting a dream run right up along the inside. They fan now from Imperial Cross. Kipling joins in. Murph is the widest runner down to the 400. High Royale and Into Jazz and now Centani and Power of Angels come after Aviate. High Royale and Aviate joined by Into Jazz. Into Jazz is going pretty well under the whip now. High Royale kicks back on the inside of Into Jazz. They get away from the others. High Royale and Into Jazz. High Royale, Into Jazz. Joining in late Imperial Cross, it's High Royale for the money. High Royale takes the Tattersalls Cup. The weight tip got there. Second Into Jazz. Third might be Aragon Prince on the inside. Imperial Cross was there with it. Murph came right down the outside and they were followed back in behind them then by Arakazar. And in that group came, next see, we've got Power of Angels and Kipling wide. Centani Pro Now and also their Blue Witness and Ripper Mate. High Royale. She did look to be beautifully weighted in the race and Dwayne Dunn gets a winner back home after riding for some...
Set this time. Racing, Zastov Discretion in the centre away quickly. Snippets last showing speed. My Halo broke Sandy Prospect. Courthouse Lane, Camino Rose and Gumnut Geiger wide out. All jumped away very quickly. Settling off the speed, Rhythm and Flow. Zastov after jumping well is getting back from Tsar Royale on the fence. Sash in between runners. A length further back, Clearfield Lass. They were followed by Bonanova and Trina is last of all 1,000 metres out and they're tight and compact. Snippets last lead from Discretion. Sandy Prospect 3 out. Zostov 4 out. 5 wide Camino Rose, Zar Royale on the fence, Rhythm and Flow the centre from Courthouse Lane. Sash Cerise colours in between runners. They were followed by Bonanova. Clearfield Lasses well back with Bayview. Getting back in the field then would have been My Halo Break after jumping well from Zaquita Trina and Gumnut Geiger at the tail of the field. 500 metres out. Snippets Lass in a slowly run race led by a half Discretion. 3 out Sandy Prospect. Zaz Top very wide coming around them. They were followed by Zar Royale the fence. Camino Rose the deepest runner from Sash, Rhythm and Flow, Bonanova, and then to the outside Courthouse Lane, and Trainer is the deepest runner in the stretch. 300 to go, and the front runner is Snippets Lass. Discretion trying hard. Sandy Prospect chiming in. Zar Royale's going for a gap, and Bonanova starting to scream home. Bonanova's after them. Bonanova the outside moved up to Discretion. Snippets Lass. Bonanova hit the lead and she'll win the wiggle quality. Bonanova's won it from either Discretion, kicking against Sandy Prospect, and late on the scene Clearfield Lass. Then came Snippets Lass. Zar Royale didn't go one from Zastov Sash. Zaquita well back with My Halo Broke. Camino Rose, Rhythm and Flow. Trina a mile back with Gumnut Geiger, Bayview, and Courthouse Lane was last. Quality mare. Bonanova, Kevin Moses. Gee, that's been a...
Les Whoopie Ride is about third last on settling down now from Tata, and quite a dollar's last. Out of the straight towards the 1600 metre mark they go now. Beau Bride the leader here by about 3/4 of a length here to Wavishing in third place is Charba Thip sitting behind them, camped just off the speed. 1.5 Sedated who wants to pull fiercely. Midnight Sun has settled well, running 5th on the fence and 1.25 away. Came Nova Claus, she's also settled beautifully. 3/4 of a length Satik, and they're followed after 1.5 by Flower Garden Tata. 2 lengths away then came Fine Darnelli. They're followed by Whoopie Ride going up wider on the track, and 1.5 lengths further back to Quite a Doll, who's second last, and Josie Velez had dropped out to last. Just over 1,000 metres to travel now, and still the leader was Beau Bride. At her quarters now is Wavishing, camped off the speed in third place in the box seat. Charba Thip, 1.5 Sedated, Midnight Sun and Nova Claus racing together. 1.5 lengths further back to Flower Garden. She's going up on the outside of Satik, and 1.5 then to Whoopie Ride getting closer. 1.5 lengths to Tata, Quite a Doll, Josie Velez, and now dropping out to be last of all is Fine Darnelli. Down the side in the Oaks now they're approaching the 600 and they're starting to sprint up, where Wavishing quickly went up to tackle Beau Bride for the lead. They're followed by Sedated who went up to make the line of 3. Here's Nova Claus unwinding her run. Midnight Sun has come off the fence trying to go with Nova Claus, but she can't sprint with her at the moment. Coming very deep, Flower Garden, and deeper still Whoopie Ride into the straight. Sedated is tackled by Nova Claus, who's going better than her. Wavishing is still there. Midnight Sun comes around their heels. Nova Claus has taken the lead from Wavishing, and on the outside Midnight Sun mowing them down. Wavishing kicks back from Midnight Sun. It's going to be very